Hey guys, it's Dino. In this week's episode, let's talk about how you can become a kinder person. Now, I truly believe that this is one of the most important skills you will ever be able to develop in life. Why? Because it won't only provide you with a greater quality of life by making you more happy, more passionate, and have a more fulfilled life, but also it will create a greater quality of life for all those around you. So I truly believe it's one of the most important questions we can ever ask ourselves, and that's why I wanted to address it in this week's video. And I must also say that I've been truly inspired by one inspirational figure in my life, and that is my mother, who is a true embodiment of kindness. And that's why I wanted to make this video as well, because I want to share with you all the advice that I've learned on my journey, because the reality is that I haven't always been as kind as I knew I could have been and wanted to be. So let me share with you how you can become a kinder person. Now, in answering the question, how can I become a kinder person, you have to realize that our acts of kindness towards others basically derive from our ability to care. If we wouldn't care for anybody, we wouldn't show no kindness. So basically, let's translate the question of how do I become a kinder person for the moment into how can I care more towards others, for others, right? Now, neuroscience has shown us that we are really hardwired to care for others. We have in our brains what is called mirror neurons. These are neurons that basically fire when we see somebody else having an emotional experience. For example, if we see somebody who is sad or who is suffering, the chances are big that you're going to feel this as well. Why? It's because our mirror neurons in our brain are firing at that moment as well, allowing us to experience what they're experiencing. So this is the basis of empathy and of care towards others. So how do you care more for others? Well, it all starts with you see. That's the very first step. This is the foundation of personal development, you see. Caring more for yourself will enable you to care more for others and then eventually show acts of kindness. So care for yourself is the very first step. How can you care more for yourself? Well, you can care more for yourself by truly listening to what you need as a person. Ask yourself questions such as, what do I need? What do I want? What do I desire in life? And ask yourself the question, am I giving this to myself? And don't always be too harsh and critical on yourself. You know, people who are very perfectionistic can sometimes be very harsh on themselves. So don't always be so harsh on yourself. Care for yourself. If you've done something good, give yourself a pat on the back and say, great job. You know, take the time to celebrate. That's how you really start caring for yourself. Also, care for your body. You know, our bodies are our vehicles in life. Make sure you have enough sleep, that you eat healthily, that you exercise regularly. This is all very common sense, I know, as the saying goes, but common sense isn't always common practice. So very first step, care for yourself. The second thing is you have to be more vulnerable. Open yourself up towards others. Allow other people to care for you. The reality is, psychology shows us this actually, that if nobody never has cared for us in life, we're not going to show much care towards others. And sometimes it's not necessarily because nobody wanted to care for us or actually tried to care for us, but sometimes we had so many barriers, you know, put up. We didn't want to make ourselves vulnerable and open up and say, yes, I do need some care. I do need some acts of kindness. I do need help, that we never allowed anybody to care for us. So you have to be more vulnerable and you have to say, yes, I do need help if you need help. You know, like I've said in last week's video, being vulnerable and owning your vulnerabilities is a true indication of strength. So don't be embarrassed about it, just open up and allow others to care for you, you will start caring more for them as a consequence of that. A third thing to care more for others is to be more present and attentive towards others. You know, this is probably the best relationship advice anybody could ever give, and that's be more present. Are you really in the moment? Are you here or are you elsewhere? Many people are here physically. The question is, are you here mentally? Are you here in the moment, in the here and now? And one of the best ways, undoubtedly, to become more present, more mindful, is by practicing meditation or mindfulness, right? As shown conclusively in all studies that this is a true, powerful technique to creating more happiness, more joy, more passion, more compassion as well, and more presence. So I would strongly suggest you, if you aren't already, that you start practicing mindfulness, meditation. A fourth thing to becoming a more caring person in life is try to understand others. Now, what I've experienced myself is that sometimes I haven't shown as much kindness and care towards a person simply because of lack of understanding. Sometimes if you really understand somebody, where they're coming from, you'll show more empathy, right? Does that make sense? So you really have to try to understand somebody. And how can you understand somebody? Well, the best way, I believe, is to try to put yourself in their position. If they're going through a hard time, try to envision how it would feel. Now, I know you won't fully experience what they're experiencing by simply envisioning it, but it will give you a sense, and that sense will give you a greater understanding, which will in turn, I truly believe, will create a greater care towards that person and result in more kindness towards that person. So make sure you understand the people. And the last thing, the fifth thing, is to genuinely be interested in others. You know, truly ask people questions, but not only questions of like where you're not truly interested in the answer they're giving, because most people ask questions not to listen, but simply not to understand, but simply to reply. Don't be like that. Ask questions to really start to understand and genuinely be interested in people. You know, be so curious about somebody that they start to be curious about you. That's truly being genuinely interested in others. Ask people how it felt. Ask after their emotions how something felt when something amazing happened. Say, wow, how did that feel to experience what you experienced? Ask them such questions that will truly make you start to care more for them as well. Having said these 5 tips on how to care more for others, now you truly have to retranslate that into acts of kindness. And 3 things I want to say about that. The first thing is that you truly have to express the care you feel towards others. Just feeling it inside is not enough. Then once again, you have to manifest it in your actions. So don't hesitate. If you want to say something kind or to show a gesture of kindness, just do it. You know, to make somebody's day is to make your own day. To make somebody smile is to make you smile. So never hesitate. If you want to say something, say it, because you never know if you're ever going to have the opportunity to say it again. And one of the worst things in life is regret. So just say it. And in expressing your kindness towards somebody, be genuine about it. That's the second thing. Be truly genuine. Don't say, oh, I love your shoes, if you're internally thinking, wow, did somebody pay you to wear those? No, truly, it won't come across as genuine because the person won't feel it, because you don't feel it. Only express true kindness if you truly mean it, if it's genuine, if it's authentic. And the last thing, express your kindness not only genuinely, but unconditionally. Don't say something just to reciprocate. Don't say something because you're hoping they would say something kind back to you. No, that's not where true kindness comes from. True kindness comes from the heart, from really saying something nice just because you want to make that person feel nice, regardless of whether or not they're going to say something kind back to you. That is a true ability, a true skill that you have to develop in life, and it's one of the best skills you could ever have in life. So once again, let me just remind you that if you want to express your kindness, then do so. To make somebody's day is to make your day. To make somebody smile is to make you smile. Hey guys, did you like this episode? If you did, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can keep sending you new videos on a weekly basis to improve the quality of your life. Also be sure to leave a thumbs up and a comment in the section below. And if you think somebody else can benefit from this video as well, then please share it with them. Looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Till then, be happy, stay awesome, and live with passion. Take care. Bye.